Hello everybody, welcome back to the Natural Healing Ninjas, and there goes Laura Lee.
Hi everybody.
She's sitting in here. We're talking about so many wonderful things about healing.
Yes.
And I just love having our conversations. And now we have to get them on the video because we have to share them with everybody.
Yes, we want to share it. Star wants to share. He's our mascot.
Yeah.
He
And
wants to
remember
pray,
that we're
huh?
not doctors or nurses or anybody from that neighborhood, but we do have a lot of experience about natural healing.
We're sharing our experiences, our strength, our hope, and our love for having things be happy, joyous, and free.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I discovered, I went on a little outing with my friends, and she wanted to stop at a rock shop. I'm like, rock shop, and it's in Orchid, California, and it turned out to be a really cool experience.
Wow.
I couldn't believe how many beautiful, amazing rocks there are. And there's also, she has in her shop a thing that you lay on that really helps with your clear out any kind of vibration. It's something to do with vibration stuff. So it's vibration medicine in this rock shop in Orchid. So I didn't know it. I was in for a treat though.
Really?
Yeah. So I wanted to support her because she's just a fabulous person, and more people who understand rocks and the power of rocks could be really helpful. Anything that can help, right?
Yeah, and the name of her store again is Living Energy Crystals. Is that correct?
Yes, in Orchid, California.
Okay.
So one of the things I bought there was what's happening is we're all inflamed. We all have we're just all inflamed. So people are taking anti-inflammatories and just trying to get uninflamed.
You told me their brains were inflaming.
Right, so if your brain is going so fast and you know it's going fast, you have anxiety about it or depression about it or anything in between that's just not settled right for you, what's happening from a massage therapist perspective or people who understand rocks perspective is that your brain is spinning and things get hot when they spin too fast for too long. So your brain's getting hot. So massage therapists start working on clients and they're like, whoa, your head is so hot. Because their brain is just going constantly.
Wow.
So this is what a massage therapist will do, and you can do this at home too. This is, what did you call these?
Rose quartz
Eye
eye masks.
mask. And what you do is you put it in the refrigerator or the freezer, and then you take it out and you put it on your eyes like this, and then it slows down your brain, and cools it off at the same time. So then it doesn't take so long to slow it down.
Wow.
And it feels so good.
Vibrates to the frequency of love.
And quartz helps you get grounded and centered. Exactly. Exactly.
That is so cool. And those are at the energy, what do you call it? Living Energy Crystals.
Yes, her shop, Living Energy Crystals in Orchid, California, has these for a reasonable price. I can't remember how much I paid. I think $20 for them.
Yeah.
Or they can be up to $200. It depends on the crystals and stuff.
Yeah.
And on, of course, the rock shop. But there's a really good deal. And it's really helped my boyfriend who doesn't understand any of this stuff. And I just know he's spinning again. I said, put this on, and it cools him off right away.
Really?
And pulls him out of his spin.
Wow.
And, yeah. So
it sounds like everybody needs this, don't you think?
Well, we're
Right
living in
now?
a society and buying into the fear, yeah.
And using your phone so much.
Right.
And watching television.
Screen time.
Yeah.
This helps spin the brain so it doesn't get so hot. You can even just feel your head if it's extra hot.
Yeah.
You can put this on. You know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know when we're out of sync or out of control or whatever we're out of. But we want to be in love.
And take
So
like 10 minutes and just sit there with this on.
sometimes fall asleep with it on.
Yeah.
Some people just because their brain had to
Right.
park so abruptly because it was spinning so fast.
Wow.
Because you know if you put your foot on an accelerator in a car and put it all the way down and it's parked, it's going to go until it blows up. So guess what? You don't want a blown up brain.
No.
That's where mental stuff starts coming in, and it's an organ, and you want to treat it good, like your liver and your kidneys and everything else. So to treat your brain organ good, there's a lot of things that you can do. A lot of natural healing ninjas know what to do.
Yeah.
And it basically is know thyself, be true, and take care of the equipment that you came with, and expand through experiences.
That's
And love unconditionally.
And that's what the rose quartz is about. It's about love. It's the love frequency.
Oh, nice.
So you're loving yourself when you're taking care of yourself and putting that.
By slowing your brain down so
Yeah.
it doesn't spin out.
That is awesome.
So anyway,
Thank you for sharing that with us.
So I wanted to show you another thing about, what do you know about
There it is.
adrenal glands? The
That's
adrenal glands. I have a book over here. I haven't read it or anything, but it's a thick book, and it's called Adrenal Fatigue. So I'm just going to tell you what I know about adrenal glands. When I had Bell's palsy when the shots were out there, and I got infected by these dang vaccinations by taking care of a stroke patient.
You mean the pharmaceutical intervention?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that. Anyway, so I ended up getting affected by it in that way, just by being exposed by it, by other people choosing that route. So I ended up with Bell's palsy. Half my face fell down and started sagging. So I knew what to do. I just got to work, focused myself, fasted, did everything I could, but it wasn't still Naglies I took. I just took everything I could that had anything to do with worms or boosting my immune system. So Cleanse and Nourish is what I just went to town on. But I did it aggressively with more of a, like a vitamin program, like a compacted, like taking supplements instead of, I need to get aggressive on it. So I did. And what really broke through for me was adrenaline support. So there was a herbal tincture that I took for adrenaline support, and that really got me over that hump. Now usually Bell's palsy takes 6 months or something for it to go away, if it even always does, yeah. And 2 weeks. I did it naturally. So I'm really proud of myself on that, because it was sort of scary when half your face falls off. It's just like, holy cat!
Drooping on that.
Yeah. So what it was is worms that came up into my brain. They were on my nerve endings and stuff, and that's why it fell down. So all the cleansing and nourishing got away with that.
How did you get rid of the worms, though?
I did Naglies. I did cleanse.
Naglies. Can you tell us what that is?
I really can't. But a friend of mine told me, take this because it does knock out anything that's eaten on you.
Yeah, what about, I've heard about ivermectin. Does that do anything?
I didn't know about ivermectin at the time. But I did learn about ivermectin because about 6 months later, I ended up with this rash from hell. And it started because I laid down in tall grass to ground. Don't lay down in tall grass to ground.
Not the shingles.
No, it was, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was Morgellons. I did a couple of videos on it. I thought it was Morgellons or whatever diseases that gets all big rash on you, and you itch it, but you're not supposed to itch it. And if you do, it spreads, and then hot water, not supposed to. It feels really good with hot water on it. So it's just like, so I had to deal with it for a year. A whole year, and it was getting worse, and I'm just self-treating. I went to the ER just to see what it was, and it was environmental
allergens.
Yeah, so my body was, but I knew what it was. I got amoebas on me laying on that tall grass, so I had to get rid of them. They went out of control, and I did get rid of them. I tried salves and all sorts of stuff. But you
had to get rid of them from the inside, right?
Right. So that's when ivermectin came in, and I took human ivermectin, but I paid like $600 for it, which was ridiculous. And I had to bootleg it because it was the time of the event. So anyway, so I found it and got it. That helped a lot, and then I just started taking horse ivermectin. A lot cheaper. I just started collecting every time I went to go get horse feed or whatever, because we had horses at the time, and I would just buy a box of ivermectin.
So, but you take it a little bit at a time because it's meant for a huge, heavy horse.
Right. It's meant for a horse. We take a dime size until it's gone. It's just like a little syringe that you just take a dime size on, and then you just throw it away, and then you should be good to go. So that really helped me tremendously. And now people are realizing
it was worms.
Well, it was worms. The reason I knew about ivermectin and stuff, because the ranches out in Colorado, they treat their animals every 6 months or every quarter for worms automatically, and the humans get treated too, because they're all in that same environment. So the ranchers just know that's what you do. You just go along
so
with it.
So is it safe to use it in that form?
I believe it is, but they tell you it's not because the human horse ratio. But use your common sense. Just do a little bit. You're a human. You're not a horse.
A tiny bit, because
dime size is fine.
Because the whole syringe is for 2,500 pound
right.
horse.
And you put the whole syringe in them, right? But we're taking like little, and it takes quite a while, a couple weeks to do one syringe, or a week, or whatever it is that whatever works for you.
Right.
But I don't believe it will hurt you at all. I'm not a doctor or
I've
anything,
tried
but
it.
want to
You've
be.
given
I'm
me
not a
some,
scientist,
and
I'm not a
I've
chemic yet.
Yeah.
But I do know common sense, and I do know natural healing,
Yeah.
and this is all natural, and it makes a lot more sense than what's out there as far as throwing heavy duty macro dosing chemicals to treat things. I think if they started off with micro dosing their chemicals instead of throwing so many chemicals in the drugs in surgery form. You know, it's either drugs or surgery. Well, the drugs that you take could be, ask your doctor maybe, I don't know, start in micro doses and see how it works for you. I bet you it'll work a lot better than the macro doses that they throw at you to sell product and keep you sick.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it started. My
Yeah,
common
that's
sense tells
right.
me that that's what's going on. But I don't want to diss anything. You choose your route. But I've seen both. And I tell you what, I'm happy, joyous, and free. I have no pain. I'm feeling great. I have so much energy. I can bottle it. And I don't
I
drink
can
coffee or
attest to
anything like
that.
that. I don't do any of that. So it's just natural energy. And loving life and loving you back helps a lot too.
That's right.
So
That's right.
let's see what kind of, so that's my, what Christine and I are doing, we're pulling our books off of our shelves and we're just showing people what we learned from them. So that's what I learned about adrenal glands.
So
The adrenal glands sit on top of your kidneys and they tie in with your liver and your thyroid. So that's a triangle. So if one of those are amok, you want to make sure you address the other ones.
this is the book that I have, and it's about earthing.
Earthing, nice.
And I have an earthing pad. It's
What's that?
It's carbon on one side, and then the other side is just a material that to put on your
For
bed.
soft, okay.
It's soft.
Okay.
And they have you test your
Outlets?
outlets. Thank you.
Okay.
And you plug it into the grounding part of the
Okay.
outlet, which is a tiny little hole at the bottom.
Okay.
And you plug that in, and you can sit on it or lay on it, or you work your computer on it, put your feet on it.
Okay.
I like to sleep on it, and it helps reduce inflammation
Yeah.
because you're grounded to the earth always instead of just onto the bed. And this book is really good. It tells you all the things that you need to know about how your body changes when you're earthing. There you changes into
nice.
calmness. And where to put your feet if you're earthing, grounded sheets if you want to sleep on the whole sheet, or if you want to put it underneath your feet when you're working on your computer.
Good time to do it.
Yeah, a lot of that is used for that. So earthing is really important because unlike Laura Lee, she likes to go barefoot a lot.
Yes, I go
And
barefoot.
and
Grounding.
I used to be barefoot a lot, but now my feet are tenderfoot.
You
So
gotta change that up. Slowly, gently.
So I don't walk enough outside and put my feet on the ground, which is what we did from the very beginning as humans.
Yes, we're supposed to be doing that.
As we evolved, we were put into shoes, and now they're all.
And they're rubber a lot of times.
Yeah.
You just don't connect to the planet Earth. And just
There are earthing shoes, though. They have earthing
That's cool.
shoes
That's cool.
that are natural source
Fibers,
from it,
uh-huh.
natural fibers,
Uh-huh.
and you can wear them like you're going barefoot. So you can do that as well.
If you
That's-
can't, yeah.
Yeah, if you can't go barefoot.
So many people can't go barefoot. But if you garden or deal with animals, that's a way to ground too.
Yes, gardening is great. I go out there, and as soon as I put my hands into that soil, it's like, okay.
And the reason why that is in the scientific world of things, you have a big ball and you have a little ball, and this is physics 101. The little ball holds a positive energy, and the big ball holds negative energy. So the negative energy ball is the earth. The little positive ball is the human. And whenever the little ball touches a big ball, whatever the big ball is, the little ball is going to become.
Oh.
So we are negatively charged. Unhealth is positive charge. So you want to get all the positive charge out of you, otherwise you go.
But don't
At
you
the end
feel
of the
like
day-
you need to balance those positive and negative charges within you? You can go to the sea,
This is
go to
true.
the ocean, and you can get negative ions, which are very good, and going through forests as well has a lot of negative ions, and that calms your body down.
That's right. That's that.
Good for your adrenals,
Yes. Good for everything. Good for everything.
and you need to calm your body down, and your adrenals will feel it.
The whole
Feel-
the thyroid,
and
all the
cortisol.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So a lot of these mushrooms powders have that.
address the. We make dopamine and we make cortisol in our gut, and then it's got to go up to the brain. So you want to have a body that's going good in order for that to accomplish. And if it's not, it's a lot of it's external authority coming in, and if you're not able to navigate that. But we're all different, so we eat different food. One might feel good for you, and it doesn't feel good for me. So I don't eat it, and you eat it, enjoy it. More for you, right?
It's like onions and peppers they're very powerful and too powerful
They're
for
medicinal, yeah.
And but a lot of people use them.
Sure, because that would be more in the medicinal for your particular body. But again, electromagnetically, we are getting bombarded by our gadgets with Wi-Fi and electric crossover and EMFs and everything.
Right.
What do you do about it? You ground. The simple thing is to touch the earth,
take your
the
shoes
planets,
off,
take your shoes off, go to the ocean, do all that walking forest.
For a walk in the
but if you
forest.
can't do that,
or at a park.
Check
If you're
out-
not near a forest, go walk in the
there's
park.
parks in every city. Yeah, you can do that. And if you have a dog, they'll make you do that. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's another thing. Dogs will make you go for walks.
Right.
And that's what I don't use my dog, but I use my dog to go for walks. And
It's a win-win situation.
So if I don't get out, he really needs to get out. So it's part of grounding as well, because you need to get out and walk. You need to get your body strong.
Well, I think that between the EMFs, the Wi-Fi, and the Schumann frequencies.
Oh, the Schumann's going off.
And if you don't know what that is, can you spell Schumann frequencies?
SCHUMANN, Schumann.
Okay, and that's the Earth's frequencies, and they're going off the charts right now. So that's why we want to ground into the Earth. We don't want to get pulled on. It seems like a sucking thing coming off or something.
But the Earth is raising its frequency, and
Right.
so everyone on it is raising theirs.
Frequency, exactly, which is to love, closer to love vibration.
And we have to make sure that our bodies can take this frequency.
That's right. It's an adjustment period. That's for sure. From fear-based to love-based, we are in a frequency
And so
adjustment period.
our bodies, as explained to me, when we are changing this frequency, the frequency comes in and hits our body, and our body's sort of responding to that, reacting, but it will not come in until our bodies itself go into the frequency that's coming at us. So our bodies has to raise the frequency.
Right, so we got to go toward it, not away from it.
Yeah, and just and get into the same rhythm
As what's
the
coming at
outside,
us,
yes.
exactly. And
So-
that's the love frequency. It's a high vibration,
Yes.
unconditional love. So our world's going to change because of it. But if you don't like unconditional love or love, and you're in the fear and really deep into it, it's working for you.
That's really.
It's not going to be
hard.
working for you much longer.
And
probably.
a lot of people like myself,
Uh-huh.
their ears are ringing off the charts.
Yes, they are. And what's the date
Off
today?
the chart. Oh yeah, today is the 30th of April, 2025.
So ringing in your ears. What other symptoms? Tired, like you just ran a marathon but you didn't.
Tired, and want to sleep all day, or have too much energy.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Everybody
me.
responds differently.
Yeah, that would be me.
You can sleep, you can rest,
Mhm.
or if your body is really charged and you want to go and do what you need to do,
Right.
and work it out. Go to the gym if you like, or take a walk, or
Or do all the things that
bounce
you can
on
do.
a rebounder, or sit on your bike.
Just
you
have
know.
fun. Just have fun in life. That takes
Yeah,
a lot of energy. and
That's
stuff.
true.
But I do get my 8 hours of sleep. I do make sure that I get sleep because I
That's
know
really,
sleep
really important.
is key.
Right now.
And I'm ready to sleep. I don't have problems sleeping or anything
No.
because I use my energy and.
When it's
and
time
we
to
are-
go to bed, you
and
go
I'm-
to sleep.
You're right. And I'm accepting this energy that's coming in. Can it cause irritability on people?
Oh, yeah,
Headaches,
anxiety,
anxieties, depression at all?
Depression's a big one right
Because
now.
you feel like you're stuck, stop, accelerator, brake, accelerator. That's what
Yeah.
it feels like to me.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to go with that flow of that and just loving it because I know we need the change. This world is in chaos
It's
for
time.
a reason.
It's time to
changing.
change. Yeah.
And now that with the judicial system on the hit list, it's gonna help with a lot of things so we can actually get
Move
the
forward.
law of the land back
And move forward.
and our sovereignty
Yeah.
and work together as a team and not against each other.
That's right.
So united, not separatism anymore, and it's a lot of fun uniting.
Yes.
And doing natural
And
healing
we
is really a lot
have
of
to
fun.
look towards that that light.
What you
The light.
want life to look like.
Yes.
Not what you don't. Don't
Right.
always
Always
get
focus
pulled
on
into
what
that.
you want and not what
And that's
you don't
what we'll
want.
become. Right. So we really are genies, and we can. Our wishes are command.
And you'll manifest what you don't want because you keep thinking, I don't want that. I don't want
don't
that.
do that. Don't do that. Don't do
And
that.
that will
pull it in.
manifest it
Right,
in
because
your
this
life.
is command center. In between our ears is command center. We command our bodies to do things. We command our outside sources. We're way more powerful than we know.
Yeah.
Because we're not trained enough to know. So we're getting trained as ninjas by
Yes.
just understanding
Become
things like
part of the Ninja Nation
Yes.
and you'll learn about these things.
that's right, and it's natural. And when it hits on you, you're just like, wow, that really feels good. That really feels wow. I'm feeling better
that
and better.
doesn't feel good. I'll do this because that feels better.
Sure, you got to know what you don't know too. You got
Right.
to know what the things that and be open to change.
Exactly.
Be willingness to do things different
And
to be honest.
during this time, a lot of people are going through relationship issues
Big time.
because
Me,
one person,
but not bad.
one person's raising their vibration and the other person is staying stagnant, and so the other person wants to bring that person up with them,
Right.
and they can't do it because it's up to the individual.
Right.
It's up to the individual to make that change, and it's maybe a sad situation, but it's also an opportunity because everything is an opportunity.
Yes.
And
yes.
if you're going through
So
some
many.
issues right now, make them a learning opportunity. And if it doesn't work out with that individual, you give them love
Yes.
and you move back so that you can keep raising your vibration and don't bring it down to
Yeah, you don't want to
other
go. You
individual.
want to do that.
That's really
Like for
hard.
instance, I've been trying to get married since January, and it's just bad luck. Like driver's license was expired. That was the first one, and then
Is this a sign?
it is. It's like we tried about 7 times, and then yesterday we went in. It was because a divorce. You had to prove you had divorce papers. I was never divorced, but my partner was. So we had to go wait. Friday we found out, so we had to wait till Monday because they're only open till noon. So we go in there and we bring it. Well, it's only good for 90 days. Well, we're not going to plan on getting married in 90 days. Well, then just wait to get your license. I'm like, well, I really don't believe in this marriage license thing anyway.
That's why.
That's
what's
all I'm
blocking
trying
it.
to get. Yeah.
That's what's blocking it.
I just think your dog is your witness, you and your partner and
Your dog
God,
is your witness.
and you're good to go.
Oh, you can jump the
You
brook.
make your and you can just do it that way.
Because the government has chosen to take over the marriage part of it,
It's
so
an
that you
industry.
have to get a marriage certificate, and you can't just make your vows to each other. Because
Right.
that's how humans did it.
That's
They
how.
made
yeah.
vows to each other,
That makes
and
a lot
then
more
when
sense.
when it didn't work out anymore, or they've changed their vibration, they said goodbye and thank you very much. We're going to move on.
Right. And always love. You always have that love
Yes,
connection, no
that's
matter
true.
what.
But now that the marriage thing, you have to have a certificate. It's all for laws.
90 days they only will give
Yeah,
you a marriage until
and
you get.
laws, and you have to follow the law if
laws.
you want to get married. Do you really feel that's necessary?
You know how much it costs to get the little certificate? $104 in this county.
Wow.
Yeah, and that doesn't count renting the priest or whatever either.
Do you have to do that?
If you want things that are legal papers in your
You have to
reality,
have
but you
a-
don't have to change your name or anything.
But you have to
have the marriage certificate saying
and then
you're legally
whoever
married.
legally married you has to sign it.
Right. And there's just so anyway, we're gonna wait again. So it might not happen, I don't know. But I don't know. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, I'm committed to this person for the long run anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not that important to me. But it's important to him and his family.
Well,
So whatever.
and the laws
Yeah, and the laws.
and who gets what,
Right.
in the will.
Right.
Or something,
Right, sure,
you know,
sure. If that came down the pike, I would be out in the cold because I don't think his children family really care for me because I don't know, for a lot of reasons.
Anyway.
Nothing personal. They don't know me. They don't even know me, and they don't like me.
Yeah.
It's the circumstance
Yeah.
but so that could really screw me up because I put a lot of sweat equity and stuff into my future and stuff, and it could be just taken away if I don't have this certificate.
You have to have a certificate.
And then being called instead of a girlfriend, a wife. that makes people treat you differently in this culture.
Huh, that's interesting.
I haven't tried it out yet, but I've been experimenting with it, and people get so excited that you're getting married. I'm like,
Really?
wow, yeah, and it's amazing who
I'm
it is.
sorry, not me.
Yeah, so sorry to hear that, Christine says. Sorry to hear that. But I learned from you not to change my name or anything. I don't want to change my name. So I think that's the key thing. But anyway, just that we don't, everything doesn't go so smooth is what.
Yeah.
And so when you get grounded and you know
everything is a learning
experience,
opportunity.
so many opportunities.
Make it an opportunity.
Mhm.
Whatever you're going through, if it's a sad situation or if it's a happy situation, everything
Yes.
is a learning opportunity.
Yes, it is.
And so don't think that you're jinxed or things are happening horrible for you.
The bottom line, you're creating your own reality.
Yes.
So if something's not going cool or right for you, you
It's
don't
a
like it,
learning
you do the
opportunity.
pivot. You
Yeah.
make the decision to take the pivot and then commit to that.
Right.
And it's just a fun way of doing life. And then actually, I'm learning about systems. If you're going to do something productive, you want a system, and you want everybody about a system. So
Huh, interesting.
yeah, so that it's really neat to be human, everybody, and let's enjoy that,
Yeah.
and let's not let anybody take that away
And
from us.
like you always say,